2014, which is crazy. I'm Sandrine here on Happy Cool, and for the new year, America and I thought that we would tell you about our favorite TV shows of 2013. So we're gonna break videos into our favorite new TV shows and our favorite returning TV shows. So we're each gonna do 2 videos, which we will be rolling out one day after the next. So I'm gonna start with my favorite new TV shows, and then tomorrow will be my favorite returning TV shows. Let's start with number 10, and that is History Channel's Vikings. It's just cool, you know, if you like Spartacus, if you like Game of Thrones, Vikings is in sort of the same genre, and it's just focused on Vikings. So season 2 is almost starting, which is really exciting. So yeah, number 10 on my favorite new shows. Number 9 is Almost Human, and that was actually on my top 5 new show of the fall, so it's still on my list. I really like it a lot. It's a great sci-fi show. It's just so much fun, and actually I think it's just getting better and better and better. If you are a fan of Fringe or sci-fi, or you like sort of thinking about the future, you definitely should watch Almost Human, which airs on Fox. Number 8 is The White Queen. Now, yes, I talked about The White Queen in my Diary of a TV Addict and how much I was obsessed with it. I'm so sad that there was only 1 season, because by the end of it, I'm like, what do I do now? But of course, I just loved it so much, it had to be on my list. If you haven't seen it, you definitely should. It's really worth watching, but there's no more after it, so. Number 7 is Broadchurch. Oh my god, guys. I don't know if I've talked about this show before, but it was so good. It's sort of in the vein of The Killing and The Bridge, but better, way better, with David Tennant, who used to be in Doctor Who, my favorite doctor. It's about a murder. You follow the investigation for it, and it just sort of gets resolved at the end. Performances were amazing. I mean, if you start, get ready to just kind of burn through it, because I just couldn't stop. It was like, I need to know what happened. I need to know what happened. I need to know what happened. Number 6, The Americans, which airs on FX. That was a big surprise, because I expected it to be good, but I didn't expect it to be that good. Wow. Kerry Russell and Matthew Rhys are amazing. They're Russian spies who live in the US and have sort of been integrated in the US life. They have kids, but they're still undercover, and so you just kind of follow them. It's so interesting, so intricate, it's so complex, because, you know, they've lived here for so long. Their kids are pretty much Americans, but they're still this sort of dynamic of, do I want, you know, am I still for my country? They're married, but they were just kind of put together, so you have a lot of the thing of, do we love each other? Do we not love each other? Because technically we're just kind of put with each other. It's just, I got chills, and it's coming back soon, so I'm so excited. So yes, you should watch The Americans if you haven't yet. Number 5 is Hemlock Grove, which was on Netflix, and I've actually reviewed just the first couple of episodes before, and I already loved it at that point, and then I was totally obsessed with the whole show. When it came out, I was like, all right, I'm in this. I'm gonna watch the whole season in one sitting, which is what I love about Netflix. You can just watch it all. And I did, and I loved it so much. It's like a supernatural thing, and I don't want to give too much away because it's exciting to find out for yourself. But it does feature the best werewolf transformation I've ever seen. Oh my god, episode 2. Episode 2, that's all I'll say. Number 4 is The Originals, and that was also on my list of favorite new show this fall, and it's a spin-off of The Vampire Diaries, and I totally fell in love with it. Like, every week that it airs, I'm like, oh, it's up, let me watch it, because it's just really fun and different than Vampire Diaries, a little more mature, and then there's, of course, Klaus and all the originals in it, so it's a lot of fun, and I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying it. So yeah, that's number 4. Number 3 is Reign, which is on the CW, and that was also on my list of favorite new shows this fall, but it was like at the bottom That was such a huge surprise. I am so obsessed with this show. Like every week I'm like, oh my god, Rain is on. Let me like watch it because it's so good. And it's like the Tudors, but way more romantic and less crazy, or just like, there's a lot of backstabbing, but it's a little softer than the Tudors. I love the Tudors, but this is like Tudors with romance, which is like twice as good, at least for me. And they have the best opening sequence, I think, of the fall. Like, it's just so cool. I can just like watch it over and over, like, yeah. So Rain, it's just, you know, the romantic in me just loves it. It's so good, so good, so good. Number 2 is Orphan Black. Yes, Orphan Black. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but if I haven't, you must watch this show if you haven't seen it yet, because it's so good. It's about clones, but way cooler than you might think. I mean, it's just, I don't even want to say anything more because I want you to experience it if you just watch it. I mean, the first 2 episodes I think are really good, but it just kind of gets better and better as you start meeting more of the clones and find out more about the backstory and what is happening. It's fantastic. And even though all the clones are played by the same actress, you at some point feel like you're watching different people playing different characters, which is the most brilliant thing ever. So Orphan Black is definitely at the top of my list with number 2 because it was just awesome. It was just awesome, and I think everybody should watch it. And finally, number 1. I don't know if you've guessed it. Maybe you have, because I've talked about this show before. But my number 1 is Banshee. Oh my god. I keep talking to people about Banshee because, I mean, I did a Diary of a TV Addict also about it and how I could not stop watching it. I was a little late to catch up on it this year, but I did, and I'm so glad that I did, and it's coming back in a few days, and it's just so exciting. So good. If you are a fan of like Strike Back, Spartacus, those kind of like shows, you really will like Banshee because it has action, it's pretty violent, has sex, but it has awesome storylines as well. It's just so complex. And then Hood is the main character, and he's just so cool. He's sort of an anti-hero, I guess, but you just can't help but just love him so much. And then just all of the cast around him, the stories, I mean, just everything about this show, I just totally fell in love with it. And I've been thinking about it ever since. It just had to be my number 1. It had to, because it's just the best new show this year. So yeah, pretty bold statement, but I said it. So that pretty much concludes my list of favorite new shows of 2013. But I do have one special mention, and I want to give that special mention to The Wrong Mans, which aired on Hulu, and it also aired in the UK. I don't know on what channel, but it was so funny. It's like a really dark comedy, but it was just so entertaining and so original, and I was like, this is so good. It's just like 6 episodes, I think, and it's, I think, half an hour each episode, so you should definitely watch it if you can watch it on Hulu. It just made me laugh a lot, and it's a little more happier than most of the shows that I've mentioned, because I don't think I have any comedies on there. So The Wrong Mans would be my comedy, although it's a dark comedy, but it's still a comedy, so special mention for that. So that's all I have for you for this video, but I will have a new video up tomorrow with my favorite returning TV shows of 2013. So make sure to check that out, and also make sure to go watch America's favorite new shows of 2013, which somewhere on the screen, click. All the links will be in the description box below as well. Oh yeah, of course, I want to know what your favorite new shows of 2013 were, and if you watched some of the same shows I did, if I missed anything that you really loved. It's very possible. I don't watch everything, and I don't like everything, but I'd love to hear what you enjoyed. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to Happy Cool so you don't miss any of our videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great start to 2014. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!